People, welcome to another episode of Stop Crying Poser, the greatest podcast on earth, as voted by Michael Venom Page, Michael Jackson, Michael Phelps, and Jake Phelps. R.I.P. My sympathies and thoughts and prayers go out to the family of Jake Phelps. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but it is a very dark day for skateboarding, so we'll try to keep the jokes to an absolute medium amount. Welcome to the podcast. Let's shout out everyone who tuned in live here on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. Back in Lazen, Cassidy, TSA, Kerno, Insert Twitch, Sloth Frog, Beatdown, Dollar, Lil Shoot Dog, Varial, Reality. Did I miss anybody? We got a couple more in here, but they're a little bit too slow. So if you're too slow, what is that? How do they do that? Down low, too slow? Then you're down low. And if you're down low, what are you doing down there? Probably sucking dick. Because that's what people do when they get down low, when they're too slow. Great podcast. Great entertainer I am. Let's jump into the news. First off, we got a new song that I'm going to create right now. So time for the news. Yeehaw for the news. Talking about bombings, talking about moms, talking about balls, talking about it all. This news. It's time for the news. Yeehaw! So that's the new news song for today. First news topic, mother of three killed after rock thrown from overpass crashes through car's windshield. So probably a group of kids grabbed a rock, climbed up somewhere high, threw a rock down from up there, and this person innocently is driving home, gets hit with a rock and killed, and now her three children have no mother. This is a terrible story. And I only clicked it because I thought we had already covered something like this a few months ago, and we absolutely did. It was just a different person. So I think when something like this happens, I know kids do crazy shit, okay? Kids, you can't control them, right? They're going to go out, they're going to do dumb shit. But when you do dumb shit as a kid and you kill someone, I feel like they should lock them up forever, okay? I hate to be the guy that says one mistake can ruin your whole life, but guess what? You still have a life. This person does not. Also, no matter how old the kid is, you would have to be a real retard to think, hey, I'm going to throw this big boulder onto a person driving down there. They're going 60 miles per hour. The rock's going 30 miles per hour. I wonder if anyone could die. Yes, absolutely. Anyone could fucking die. And 2 times since this podcast has started, 2 people have died, and those are only the ones that have made the news. Don't we have enough problems driving from point A to point B? Isn't that like the number one way you can die in America, probably in the world? It's like heart disease and then car accidents, maybe in that order, maybe at the same time, or maybe you're fucking having a heart attack, and then you're about to get in a car accident, and then a rock comes out of the fucking sky and kills you. Thanks, kids. I just imagine it's kids. It's either kids, bums, tweaker, or an underage homeless fucking tweaker. That's all I can say. Let's read the article. A Central Texas woman has died after someone dropped a rock from a railroad overpass through the windshield of the car in which she was riding. So she may not have even been driving. This is terribly sad. Temple police are asking for the public's help in identifying a suspect in the Saturday night incident on Interstate 35 that fatally injured Keila Ruby Flores. The 33-year-old Waco woman died Sunday morning at a Temple hospital. Oh, man. I try not to read too many sad stories, and I try to kind of turn things around into a little bit of a comedic point, but this is just all around sad. And what's even sadder is that there's a 99% chance that no one's ever going to go to jail for this. Police say the 33-year-old Waco woman was in the front passenger seat of the car driven by boyfriend Christopher Rodriguez. Rodriguez told police they were returning from Waco from Austin with Flores' 3 children in the back seat when a rock the size of a football smashed through the windshield. No one else in the car was injured. So that makes it even more interesting, right? Now these 3 poor fucking kids got the opportunity to watch their mother die in front of them just because, what, some kid wanted to be funny? Yeah, there's no jokes hidden in this at all. This is an all-around sad fucking story, and I don't really think there's anything for me to learn from this story because I'm not a fucking complete idiot, and I feel like anyone who watches this podcast, we really don't have much to learn from this other than look up. You know what I mean? Just be looking up, I guess, because there might be some fucking evil person out there that just wants other people to die for no fucking reason. What did they think was going to happen when you throw a rock off? What's the best case scenario, right? You dent somebody's hood and giggle about it, and then they have to pay fucking $3,000 to get it fixed? What's the worst case scenario? You kill a person, and then you get caught. What's the middle scenario? You kill a person, you get away with it, and then you go on living your life. I hope you have fucking terrible nightmares every single day for the rest of your life. I hope you never sleep again. You terrible person. I don't know. What a sad story. Next, news article. Accuser speaks out on Henderson murder of defrocked priest. I know what this article means, and if they don't explain it right, I'll explain it to you. Let's go ahead and read it. This is actually kind of a happy story. I know somebody died, but I would say this is kind of a happy story, in my opinion. A defrocked New Jersey priest turned teacher was found murdered in his Henderson home. Police said officers were conducting a welfare check around 9:30 a.m. Saturday when they found the body of John Caparelli, 70 years old, in his house near Eastern and Reunion Drive. Henderson police declined a request for an interview, but a police source told Fox 5 Caparelli had a history of hiring male prostitutes. Now, the story gets even more interesting. This is not the exciting part. On February 13th, the archdiocese, what is this word? The archdiocese? On February 13th, some big, can somebody help me with this word? Archdiocese. The main motherfucker of New York released 188 names of priests accused of abusing children. Kerno Inferno. Diocese. The archdiocese? God damn it. Whatever. Somebody released 188 names of priests accused of abusing children. On that list was this guy, Caparelli. Less than a month later, he was murdered. More than 24 men have come forward saying Caparelli abused them sexually or physically, dating back to 1970s. Multiple accusations said Caparelli made them wrestle in swimwear while he took photos. Rich Fitter said he's one of the victims. He would have you wrestle in Speedos because he said that with gym shorts or sweatpants, somebody could get a finger tangled up and break a finger. Maybe that could be true. The two met in 1982 when Fitter was 15 years old. At that time, Fitter said Caparelli was a trusted priest at Our Lady of Peace in New Providence, New Jersey. He kind of played the role of being that cool adult that you hung out with. Fitter was in Caparelli's wrestling club. Wrestling club? Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, you guys seen that documentary already? Taken in plain sight or whatever, kidnapped, abducted in plain sight? Parents, okay, I'm going to tell you guys something a little bit about my past, okay? And I've never really shared this. When my grandma was alive, she was really, protective of me. She thought that everyone I ever interacted with, everyone around me was a pedophile, right? I wasn't allowed, when I was 13 years old, I wasn't allowed to go a quarter mile down the street to the middle school to hang out with my friends. I wasn't allowed because she thought on my walk there, a pedophile would fucking abduct me. Okay? She was really hyper vigilant to that type of shit happening to the point where she really overdid it. But nowadays, I feel like parents just want their kids to get raped because, okay, first off, Catholic Church has been kind of the subject of controversy, not for 2 years, not for 5 years, not for 10 years, not for 20 years, for fucking ever. Forever, it's been in the news that this shit is some weird stuff going on. Forever, right? So you got your kids. You're going to send them to your Catholic church. You got that one cool adult that's kind of weird. Like, something's not right about him. But you're going to let your kid be in his fucking wrestling club? Are you kidding me, parents? At some point, we have to blame the parents, right? Because kids look to parents for guidance. Right? When you're a kid and you do something wrong at baseball practice, you look at your mom or dad and you go up and you lift one eyebrow and you're like, did I do good? Did I do good? Your dad either goes, no, motherfucker, swing harder. Or they say, yeah, you did your best, fucking go on with your life. Here, kids got to be doing that. They got to be doing that. Okay? The kids got to go home and this weird guy, Caparelli's got to be like, hey, your kid's got nice legs. Thinking about putting him in my wrestling club. He doesn't really like it right now, but I think it'll really grow on him. By the way, I'll be supplying the clothing. It's a little bit tight-fitting, but it's better for wrestling. And then the kid looks up at the mom and goes, are you fucking kidding me? You're going to let this shit happen? And mom and dad go, yep, go with God. Good luck, son. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, no one thinks twice about their kids? You know what? Thank God, you know what? My grandma was a crazy person for thinking that everyone was out to get me all the time. But guess what? Me being a little bit sheltered, it's a little bit better than me getting raped by a fucking priest. Okay, that's my 2 cents on that. Let's read a little bit more. He would call up and say, hey, you want to go for a pizza? And you'd go for a pizza. And he'd be like, let's stop by the gym and we'll grab a quick workout. Okay, that's not weird. Pizza. First off, pizza and working out. Mom, who the fuck told you pizza and workouts go together? It's already a red flag. Fitter said he and his parents didn't think anything of it, since Caparelli was known around town as a good guy. Caparelli started wrestling one-on-one with Fitter. What? That's when his hands would start to wander, and that's when it really got weird. That's when it got weird? That's where the bar is set for it being weird? Somebody's hands have to wander to your balls, and then you start to say, maybe this is just a tiny bit weird. Fitter said the priest's hands would wander at places like the movies, too. They would wander. When he jumped, he reached in and grabbed the inside of my thigh. It was really a very uncomfortable moment. What are you doing watching horror movies with priests? Shouldn't you be out eating pizza and working out? In 1983, Fitter said he found a stack of Caparelli's wrestling Polaroids. Most of the pictures were focused on our private parts. There was a lot of pictures of facial expressions of people in obvious pain or exhaustion. Fitter said he confronted Caparelli, who didn't like the questions. When we went downstairs, it turned into a physical, violent, sexual assault. Fitter said he didn't talk about what happened for 7 years. He said as he tried to forget, his personality changed. Here's the thing, okay? This shit doesn't fly today. Aziz Ansari has a great joke about this. You do something weird at camp or at baseball practice or at wrestling practice or at church or whatever. The first thing you do, you go home, you say, Mom, this guy fucking pulled his dick out. I don't want to go back to soccer practice. I'm not going. If you guys haven't seen that joke by Aziz, it's fucking hilarious. My parents wanted to know, are you on drugs? You're wearing these dark clothes and you're angry all the time. Yeah, I'm angry all the time. I just got violently sexually assaulted at wrestling and pizza practice. Dude, come on. So the parents see that he stopped hanging out with this guy and then his whole mood changed. They're not going to do even the littlest bit of math to maybe figure out something might be going on. Years later, Fitter was working at a local deli. He said a different priest walked in who triggered repressed memories. Let me get a salami sandwich. I bet you got a pretty big salami on you too, huh? Go with God. Let go, let God. May God have mercy on your soul. Oh, man. I remember my knees buckling and grabbing the counter. That's when Fitter told his parents and reported Caparelli to the DCA. God damn it, I don't know what that is. All I asked was that he not be allowed near kids because he was dangerous. Instead, Caparelli had more access to kids. A detailed report by NJ Advanced Media in 2013 said Caparelli was suspended from the ministry in 1992, then became a public school teacher in 1993. Who is doing these background checks? Okay, you want to talk about loopholes? You want to talk about loopholes and getting guns? This guy can go from fucking kids to getting fired and then get right back into the fucking kids and wrestling practice eating pizza game? Are you kidding me? He wasn't charged with a crime, which is why nothing was flagged as he became an educator. No one thought, like, hey, where's Caparelli been lately? Oh, you remember that guy? He got fired for fucking with kids, like grabbing kids' balls. Yeah, what happened to that guy? Did he ever end up just killing himself or like getting a job as like a railroad worker? Nah, he teaches kids. He's at the local school teaching kids. Yeah, volunteer wrestling professor. Caparelli also taught as a professor at Seton Hall University. On Rate My Professor, one of the reviews reads, if you want an A in the class, just be the lucky student he picks to wrestle. I don't know if I even want to read this anymore. Fitter filed a lawsuit in 2011 against Caparelli and the church for allowing the former priest to be around kids. I got a settlement that probably doesn't even cover my years of therapy, but that wasn't the point. Okay, you guys get the idea. I don't want to talk anymore about this guy. Anyways, let's get to the happy ending. All right? I think there are a lot of people who wanted him dead. I think the world is a better place, and I think it's a safer place without him. He now has a message for our community. If there's anybody he preyed on, come forward and start healing from it. The Clark County Coroner's Office said he was shot in the neck and ruled his death a homicide. This was Henderson's third homicide of 2019. So the word homicide always tends to have like a negative ring to it, but I feel like right now, if you're sitting at home, either watching on YouTube or maybe watching on Twitch or Podbean, let's give a round of applause to whoever put the bullet in this fucking sicko's head. We should give him a Nobel Peace Prize. If anyone knows who did it, anonymously, tell me who did it. I'll send this guy the last Scooters Are Gay cake muscle deck I have. Actually, he probably won't like that. I'll send him a sticker pack. How's that? If anyone knows who this guy is who killed him, anonymously, let me know. Free sticker pack. A $2 value sent directly to you for free. On top of that, I'll buy you a goddamn beer. You're my goddamn hero. What movie was that? Was that Denzel Washington? So long story short, this guy wrestled a bunch of kids, grabbed a bunch of ball sacks, played around with a bunch of kids, got fired from the Catholic Church for getting caught too many times, went on to become a teacher, continued messing with kids until he was the ripe old age of 70 years old. He got away with this for 50 years. Got away with this for 50 years until somebody's dad came in and shot this guy right in the back of the head. He said, you know what? You want to wrestle my kid? You want to put your finger in some buttholes? Okay, I got one for you right here. Bang. Killed him. Right there. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Anyway, speaking of sticker packs, I have a trivia. We're going to split the news up today, and I'm going to give you guys the trivia question of the day. Time for some trivia. Time for some trivia. Okay. Get ready, guys. Feel free to Google this, but the first person who gets this question right gets a free Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack delivered directly to them if they live in the United States. So get your Twitter fingers ready. What is the best-selling car ever? Little hint, I happen to drive one. So if you guys have ever seen any of my videos, day in the lives, if you're a car person, you should be able to get this one pretty quick. Timothy says a Civic. Vincent says a Toyota. We're going to need to be a little bit more specific here. And Hammy of Doom says the Corolla. You know what? I'm going to let Vincent win too. It's going to be Vincent and Hammy of Doom tied for first place. Find me on Instagram or Facebook, and I will deliver your guys Ninja Lifestyle sticker packs. I'm not going to deliver them myself, but hopefully the United States Post Office will. You can't just say the brand. You got to say Corolla. Certainly it's not a Lamborghini Corolla. It's Toyota Corolla, goddammit. Well, that was the trivia question. Congratulations to the winners. If you're not watching this live on Twitch, you should be, because you get a chance to win a free Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack. God damn it. That was the trivia. That was the trivia question. Oh, that was a trivia question. You gotta ride the car with a Toyota Corolla. It's fucked up because I'll never know what that sounds like until I go later after this is over and I edit it, because the way that you guys hear the sound is not the way I hear it. So who fucking knows if that sounds good or bad? Hopefully it made you guys laugh a little bit. Now let's get back into the news. Next article. Report. Arrested Las Vegas officer recorded man's genitals. Told a mentally ill man to twerk. Now, if you guys didn't know this, police officers are terrible people. They're annoying. They're angry. They're always yelling. They're always getting in your face. They're making you pour your beer out. They're always grabbing you too hard. I don't know why they do that, but I do know that Las Vegas police officers are oftentimes the worst. That being said, I've never been fucked with by cops in any other city, I don't think. But I do know that here, they're fucking terrible. They're assholes. They're mean. A Las Vegas Metro police officer used police equipment to conduct records searches while on duty for her friends and family. Oh, wait a minute. She used police equipment to conduct record searches while on duty for friends and family. So that's probably illegal. First off, so this was an all-around terrible person. Here's what I was explaining earlier. I talked to Varial Reality about this in the pre-show. Varial said, don't you know all police officers are scumbags? And I said, yes, I understand a lot of police officers are assholes. But here's my thing. Don't do it at work, all right? I always say when a cop goes out to get a drink and then gets a DUI on the way home, you know what? Whatever. Big fucking deal. Everybody makes mistakes, right? But when you're on the job and you're grabbing balls and telling people to twerk, like, you should go to work expecting that you might get fired. I feel like that might be what's going on. Cops have so much power and they spend so much time bullying people, and we see report after report after report of police fucking up somebody and then getting 3 days paid leave. I feel like at some point police just start to maybe feel unbeatable, infinite, you know what I mean? Indestructible, invincible. And they start to think, you know what? Not only am I going to look at these arrest records, not only am I going to just do all this other shit that I want to do, I'm going to make this fucking retard twerk with his balls out. And they do that thinking, what could possibly go wrong? Versus me, dude, I'm always afraid of getting in trouble, right? I told you guys, last year I got in a fight downtown, and then we got in the car and left. I was like, fuck, dude, I accidentally punched this guy. Actually wasn't an accident at all. I defended myself from this fucking asshole. And I was like, fuck, dude, I hope I don't get in trouble. I was also thinking, I hope I didn't hurt that guy too bad. I hope I didn't get in trouble. Now, cops, if a cop fucks you up and breaks your arm and smashes your teeth out, all they're thinking is, ha, I'm going to get away with this scot-free, not a big deal. Fuck that guy. Fucking everyday Bill. Fuck him. Oh my gosh. So anyways, let's see what else this chick did. Police arrested Las Vegas Metro Police Department patrol officer Rachel Sorko Tuesday for 5 counts of felony misconduct, along with capturing the image of a private area of another person and indecent exposure, Metro Police said. The long list of crimes police said she committed while working for the department includes looking up addresses, arrest records, and license plate information on potential boyfriends or girlfriends of friends and family. Now, I don't know if that's a huge no-no. Probably you can get away with like 2 of those a year. You can't be in there doing it all the time. Police said she recorded 7 videos of 4 people who were in her control as a police officer. One video was of a man with a tear in his pants. In the video, he kicked a police car, which exposed his genitals. Sorko used the squad car PA to tell the man to continue kicking the car while she recorded the video and distributed it to her friends. Okay. I thought it was way worse than that. That doesn't sound like that big of a deal. I feel like she wasn't saying like, hey, keep doing it. I want to keep filming this. She was probably like, keep fucking doing it, man. I'm going to keep filming. You're going to keep getting in trouble. Okay, maybe I fell for the hype here. Maybe I judged a book by its cover. This doesn't seem like that big of a deal. I feel like my big rant on police being too tough and being bullies might have been a little too early for that. Might have leaped before I looked for this particular story. According to the report, Sorko responded to a call of a mentally ill man wearing 2 dresses with his hair in pigtails. In a video Sorko recorded with her cell phone, she told him, "I just want to see you Dougie and twerk, then we're good." He starts dancing, and she tells him, "Yeah, get it again, one more time." Okay, probably she's a terrible person, but in her defense, sometimes to get a crazy person to stop acting crazy, you kind of gotta get in there a little bit. You gotta make them feel comfortable. You gotta establish a little bit of friendship, okay? And then the crazy person will come back to earth, then become a little bit more like malleable. So now you can actually arrest them and get them into the car. Right now, I'm not convinced she's a terrible person yet. Next one. In other videos, Sorko is seen feeding gummy bears to a handcuffed person while she made plane noises as if she was feeding a child. She was also seen talking to an overweight woman, asking if she'd consider being on My 300-Pound Life. This is... Okay, dude, I thought she was just a complete bully. She's just a clown. This is just a clown. Like, it's terrible. She shouldn't be allowed to be a cop, but she's just a clown. These people work... Like, you will encounter these people in any line of work that you ever do. There's always going to be one person at Walmart or the grocery store or the mall, like, doing weird shit like this. And I thought it was going to be way worse. Hammy of Doom says, "Who's got her Instagram?" Oh, man. According to police, the investigation began in September 2018 when information about Sorko came out of another case involving a person on parole. Oh, man, she was relieved of duty with pay on December 4th, 2018, while the investigation was being conducted. So, okay, I want to ask you guys, both the viewers on YouTube and the people right now here on the Twitch chat, do you think this person is a terrible person or kind of funny? Right? Where do you fall on the line here? Should she... Like, I don't think anyone here thinks she should be in jail. Like, I think there's reasonable doubt, right? If I go to jail, there's like kind of like reasonable doubt. Like, okay, did this really happen? Monster Mash says she sounds like a blast to be around. Kerno says she sounds kind of funny. Shoot Dog says not enough info. Hammy of Doom says she's hilarious. C-Sean says it's in a funny way. I don't think she should be allowed to, like, I don't think she should go to jail. Okay, what she should maybe do is get a job. Get a job, like, what kind of job? Okay, I'll tell you where she should be. There's a place here in Las Vegas called Dick's Last Resort. It's a place where you go there and you sit down, you order food, and your server is a complete asshole to you. And you go there and you pay for this because that's what you want. You want your server to be an asshole to you. They clown you, they talk shit to you, and they laugh at you, and they make jokes about you. And that's just how it goes. You go there and you pay extra for that. And this chick is a clown. She should have never been a cop, okay? But if you reread or re-listen to all these things that she did, they don't really sound that bad. She put a gummy bear in someone's mouth. Maybe they were hungry. Maybe they was like, "Hey, can I please get a couple gummy bears before I go to jail? I know I'm only going to be able to eat like meat and cheese and shit. Bread and cheese and one banana. So please give me one gummy bear and I'll be cool." Okay. Or the other one. A crazy person fucking wearing a dress with pigtails going crazy and you asked them to twerk. Like, it's not really that big of a deal. In my mind, when I read the headline, I thought it was somebody tied to a radiator in the basement of the metro station, like, "Twerk for me," while she's eating gummy bears. Go keep twerking. Make it faster. Twerk faster. Twerk faster. You're never going to get out of jail. But that's not what it was. She was out on patrol. Somebody's going crazy. And she said, twerk for me. Twerk for it. You see that shit on cops all the time. Cops are allowed to make a little joke here and there. It wasn't like it was a direct order. It was just something to establish a little bit of friendship so that now that she knows you're not going to be a terrible fucking cop, you get out, that she's down to put her hands behind her back and go to jail nice and peacefully. That's the way I picture it possibly happening. Sharky Genie says she should be more professional for sure. Yes, she should, but I feel like I've done that, okay? I've had friends that are so drunk that they want to do something violent, and you have to kind of like put on your idiot voice to talk to them. Like, no, listen, man, I totally know you could beat his ass, and I totally know that you could go back in there, but you got to be smart, man. Got to be smart, man. Let me feel your muscle. Let me feel your muscle. See, man, just let me feel that muscle. See, if you went in there, you'd kill him, man. I'll tell you what, I'll drive you home. You can talk to him tomorrow. Because if you beat him up now, he's just going to say you did it because he was drunk. He's going to say you got a free punch. So let's chill out, go home, sleep it off, and fight him tomorrow. Okay, good. Let me feel that muscle again. All right. Sometimes you got to kind of get into idiot mode to calm somebody down. And I'm saying maybe, out of the benefit of the doubt, maybe that's what happened. Maybe. I don't know if that's what happened, but that was just an improvised version of that. What if that's what she was doing? Come on, let me see a dance first. No, you're not going to jail. You're not going to jail. Was that a twerk? Oh, come on, one more twerk. Okay, the good twerk. All right, now what are you doing out here? What's going on out here? What somebody called and they want to check if you're all right. Is everything all right? Because your dancing looks all right. Just want to make sure everything's all right. How do we know that was not the case? Bottom line, we have no idea what actually happened here, and I feel like it's in our best interest as human beings to give this lady, this young woman, the benefit of the doubt. If anything looks weird now, it's because my fucking power just turned out in the middle of the podcast. We lost 60% of our viewers. Another good thing about my life is when one thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong. I couldn't even get on my phone to type in to tell you guys that the power went out because my service also went out. So that's good. You know what? It's good. That's my life. You can never get too far ahead in life because we were having a really good, fun podcast and then everything went to shit. Oh, wait. Is that the only terrible thing that happened? No. Power came right back on in, I don't know, 10 seconds. And then guess what happened? Windows wouldn't start because it had to update. Oh, yeah. That's a metaphor for everything in my life. One last news story. We're going to go over this really quickly. In New Zealand, someone killed 49 people dead. An Australian-born man with some guns. I don't have any information on it yet, and I'm a little bit slow, cautious to believe everything I read right now because this just happened today. I started to do my own research, but I got stuck in this big rabbit hole of just reading one article and one opinion here, one opinion there. I guess the shooting was on camera, so I guess this guy live streamed him killing 49 people at 2 different mosques in New Zealand. So I imagine he started killing people at one, walked to another one, and then killed more people, all live on whatever, Facebook or I don't know, whatever he was streaming live on. Hopefully not Twitch, right? And it's terrible. I've heard people have seen the video, and it looks like an awful, terrible fucking video. I am curious to see it, but I probably won't. And the shooter has a manifesto where he explains all of his motives behind doing this. And I think it's really interesting. Again, I don't want to report on it too much because I don't know anything that's happening, right? I started to read, and there's a lot of different people that are doing a lot of reporting being done before the facts. And I don't really want to be a part of that. I'll just wait a couple days. Maybe let some other people who I trust to do the research. And Varial said, why would you want to read this guy's crazy ramblings? And I just felt like, I don't know, he's there. He put these things there. This guy went out, okay? Let me put it like this. The Las Vegas shooter killed, what, 55 people, 59 people, something like that? And no one has any idea why he did it, where he came from. No one has any idea of the background story of this guy. He just came to Las Vegas, killed 59 people, and then fucking killed himself, and that's it. No one knows anything. And all the people are asking about is, what do you think his motive is? Why did he do this? What's this about? Is it about gambling? Is it a political thing? Is it a terrorist thing? No one fucking knows. Now, we have this new shooting, very similar, and this guy just gives you all the information that you could possibly want. It's like a 20-page document, and he gives you all the information. I want to check it out. I started to read it. I got, I don't know, maybe it's an 80-page document, because I got about 15 pages in. I got really far in there, and the way he's writing it as if it's an interview. He's interviewing himself. So as far as I got, it's like, why did you do this? He explains why he did this. Was it racist? He explains if it was or wasn't racist. Is this about nationalism? He explains this. Who influenced you? He explains this. And then there was one part, he's like, did you mean to kill cops? And he explains all that. And he wrote all this before it happened. So some of it is like, how many people did you kill? And he writes like, I guess we'll find out, because he wrote all this before he did it. And it's really interesting. And it's going to give people an insight into this guy's mind, so you can kind of make up your own mind. Is this guy crazy? Is he mentally ill? Because that's what people say all the time. There's a terrorist attack, right? If they say it's a white guy, he's just mentally ill, he needed help, no one helped him. If it's a brown guy, he's a fucking terrible terrorist who wanted America to die. Well, now we don't have to make those fucking assumptions anymore. We can just read exactly what this guy wrote, and he wrote it for us to read. So I think that's valuable. Okay, this guy, I think he's alive too. I think they captured him and he's alive, so it's going to be really interesting. I'm not going to go through and read this whole thing, but to sum it up really quickly, 49 people were killed in shootings at 2 mosques in central Christchurch, New Zealand on Friday in a terrorist attack that appears to have been carried out by a white nationalist extremist who posted a racist manifesto online and streamed live video of the attacks on Facebook. Now, if I read that before having read the manifesto, I'd be like, wait a minute, they're just calling this guy racist. This must be some crazy agenda. But of what I did read, there was a question of that he asked himself, are you a racist, question mark? And he went through this, I don't know, 2-3 sentence answer, which to sum it all up was yes, this guy is a racist against anyone non-European or something like that. I'll read more later, but I think it's interesting. Excuse me. I think it is interesting, and if you guys want to read more, you can do it on your own time. Let's go ahead and get into my life. What has been going on in my life outside of terrorist attacks and people grabbing each other's balls and twerking and priests getting murdered is went golfing yesterday. I discovered I'm a pretty damn good golfer, and I'll let you guys be the judge. I hit this fucking golf ball into the air 200 yards before it hit the ground, and it may have bounced. Who knows what the ball did after it bounced, but I'm officially the greatest fucking golfer known to man. I'm definitely the best golfer out of Andy Schrock, Gage Smith, Alex Puenning, and everyone else who was there. Steven, I killed everybody at golfing. Am I a golfer? No. Should I have been? Probably. I'd probably make much more money golfing than skateboarding. That is what I found out yesterday. We also went and ate some really good Chinese Mexican food. It's where they take Chinese food and Mexican food, smash it together. Some would call it fusion, where they put 2 fingers together like this. I had a duck taco that was delicious. I had steak in mole sauce, which usually I don't like mole sauce, but it was pretty good. Okay, here's my thing. I don't know why I've not been doing this in the past. I like mushrooms, and I think when you do roasted mushrooms, even like cooked onions and mushrooms put onto a steak, maybe even in the same cast iron skillet, I feel like that's genius, right? Garlic on top, salt, you're good to go. Why are we not doing that more often? And when I say we, I mean me. Why am I not doing mushrooms and steak more often? Because yesterday, I truly realized how much I appreciate the pairing of those 2 things. Andy Schrock and friends were in town. We skated for 3 days. They skated for 3 days. I can only skate for 2 days. I'm an old man. My legs get tired. You guys should have seen me hobbling around last night. We went to the casino. Me and Andy played a little bit of roulette. We each put in 20 bucks. He left with $108. I left with over $50. It was an all-around great night had by all. Special shout out to Andy Schrock for always making his Vegas trips into like my Vegas trip, right? I live here. I do fun shit all the time. But when Andy comes, he takes the fun shit to another level. And it's always a great experience having him out here. I feel like I am a guest in my own city, you know? Andy's really good at picking out what everyone needs to do, what spots we're going to kind of skate. He really kind of takes charge on that because I guess he has to. We're here to support his company. He needs to get footage for the team or for the videos or whatever. And it just makes it really easy on me because sometimes people come out and it's kind of like, Steve, what should we do? What spots should we skate? And I'm just like, dude, I don't fucking know. What do you want to skate? What do you want to do? What are you trying to achieve? I'll try to help you, but I can't. And I don't. That's why no one's my friend. No one comes to visit me ever, including my friend Mike Pake, who he had hot sauce with me one time and then decided, hey, fuck me. I'm never going to eat with you again and we're never going to hang out. I don't know why. I have no idea what's going on. Anyways, Phelps. Jake Phelps, brother of Michael Phelps, died. No one knows how. No one knows why. He was one of the main guys in charge of Thrasher magazine. He got a lot of fame over the years, primarily just for being a dick to everyone. Now, I don't want to do anything to disrespect someone who's dead, especially someone who's done this much for skateboarding. But I tend to look at things a little bit outside the box, and I want to just pose something to you guys. Let me know if I'm being out of line or not. I feel like if 2 days ago there was an internet poll, what do you think of Jake Phelps? I feel like over 50% of people would say he's a bitch, asshole, no one likes him, I hate him, I like his magazine, but he's rude to everyone, dick, weirdo, can't skate good, asshole, can barely kickflip, fuck him. I feel like most people would have written that because I've seen shit like that online already. And here's the thing. Everyone said it over the years, especially with celebrities. Everyone fucking loves you when you're dead. And what I'm just trying to say to everybody, if there's anyone out there who sort of doesn't think I'm funny or sort of doesn't think I'm cool, sort of doesn't really care about my humor or doesn't understand it, when I fucking die, please don't be a fucking fan of me when I'm dead. Please. Don't let me die and then post a fucking black and white picture of me pretending that you enjoyed our company this entire time. Please. Don't do that. I see all these people who are sharing pictures of Phelps, and I do think it's poetic that some of them are telling their stories where it's like, I read Rob Brank's story where he's like, hey, I met Phelps a couple times. When I first met him, he looked at me and he said, should I know you? He shook my hand and then walked away. He was kind of a dick, whatever. And I read a couple stories like that, and I think that's cool. That's fair. They keep this guy's spirit alive. But there's also a lot of people on my Facebook who I know don't skate, who fucking skated for 3 weeks, quit, and just happened to remain Facebook friends, typing shit like, I'm literally crying right now. The most influential person to ever touch skateboarding died today. And it's like, dude, first off, you've never bought a Thrasher subscription. Second off, you got your fucking hoodie from Zoomies. Third off, you don't know anything about this guy. There were people in the Instagram fucking shit I was reading today that thought Jake Phelps died from falling, bombing a hill, and they were citing a video, Vario told me, from July 2017. So these huge Jake Phelps fans don't realize that this video is fucking a year and a half old, but they're crying because he died, yet they have no idea where this video came from. And I certainly don't want to disrespect Phelps or any hardcore Thrasher fans or any skateboarders around the world. I'm going to kind of switch this and make it only about me. And I've already summed it up really clearly. If you and me sort of don't see 100% the same, please, God, when I fucking die, don't pretend that I was the most influential fucking video reviewer ever. Don't fucking say that shit. You know what? Just save the fucking RIPs and just go on with your life the way that you would do if I was still alive. Okay? Is that fair enough? That's not morbid, right? That's not like an evil way to like look at things or a cynical way to look at things. I just look at it and I'm like, dude, everyone becomes a fan when you're dead. Everyone's a fake fan. Suddenly everyone loves you. Suddenly now everyone sort of had a connection to you. And I don't want to make this like a, oh, I'm so cool thing, but I found out last night that I met Phelps years ago. I had totally forgotten. I had completely forgotten. He wasn't a dick to me. Actually, I don't remember at all what happened. I just remember they came to bunker, skated. Somebody filmed me grind down the bunker kink, and somebody filmed Frankie. Trey flipped the stairs. Phelps was there. He looks through the fence and says, "What's up?" Somebody posted it on Instagram today, and I was like, wow, I don't even remember meeting that guy. But can you imagine if I wanted to be like everyone else today? Get on my phone. Hey, everybody. I remember when I met Phelps, man. He really influenced me to jump on this rail I was scared to do. Truly changed my life for the better. Like, I would have never came out the way I did. It made me who I am. Phelps made me who I am. It's the most great human being I've ever met. R.I.P. Legends never die. # love. Like, what the do people gain? Was it like you gain bonus points for that shit? I don't know. Maybe this is all me pretending that I'm cooler than them. I don't know. I don't know how to self-reflect on what's going on. I just made it into a thing about me. Maybe I'm just a fucking self-centered douchebag. Write that on your Instagram about me. I don't know. Mike Pake says, that's how I felt when everyone was posting RIP Transworld. Everyone who posted that, I was thinking, and how many Transworld mags did you buy? Yeah, exactly. not to again make it about me, but personal example, I bought 12 months worth of Transworld and didn't like it, didn't resubscribe. And when Transworld died, I just went on with my life. I don't even think I mentioned it on any social media at all. Maybe in the Discord. We might have spoke about it a little bit. But I think it's just something like if you can connect yourself to something bigger, it kind of makes you feel big. And that's good. Do what you got to do to be happy, but don't pretend that you were fucking best homies with this dead guy that you sort of met for 2 seconds once 15 years ago. That's all. That's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. Maybe it's right. Maybe it's wrong. I don't know. So, nice to end on a morbid note. That's all I got for you guys today in today's podcast. Go ahead and give me a hell yeah in the chat if you're watching live. I'm sorry that we had the power go out, but that's just part of my fucking life. That is a metaphor for my life. Anytime things start to get going well, there's a fucking setback, and I try to teach you guys all the time. Life is filled with setbacks. Life is filled with roadblocks. It's up to you to get around it, go under it, bust through it, fucking fly a drone over it, do whatever Mexicans are going to do to the wall. You do that to every setback that you encounter, and you're going to end up a happy, healthy, young pit bull named Koopa. You're going to end up a good guy. So, Varial Realities here. iBook, OG Mickey, Mike Pake. We lost all of our fucking viewers, dude, from the goddamn power outage. Anyways, I appreciate all of you guys for being here. If you guys want to see more from me, I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Facebook, type in Ninja Lifestyle. Instagram, type in @BlackNinjaLV. Lish says goodbye with that little minion. I love that movie, or that series of movies. That series of multiple different movies, the Minions. Bob! Hope you guys have a great weekend. If you showed up late, all you have to do is tune in on Sunday. This gets released on iTunes, Podbean, and YouTube. As always, I appreciate you. Oh, fuck. I can't breathe. As always, I appreciate you guys for being here. I especially appreciate everyone who watched live. Definitely tune in live, twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle every single Friday, right around 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, here on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. Let's play that goddamned intro, motherfucker. What? Why don't you stop wrestling? Come over here and twerk for daddy.